Hey guys, welcome back to the game. This is Soul Invictus, my pre-alpha indie game that I'm looking to just demonstrate a few gameplay concepts of. It's the third video. I'll be focusing on basically some crafting, a bit about the weapons, and then some stuff around sleep and effectively enemy waves. Okay, so where we got to in the last video was we gathered enough material to be able to build a campfire. Now, through the magic of editing, you can see I've effectively wound the day back to about sort of 10:30 now, and I'll be looking to just demonstrate a few concepts around crafting and other things. So if I get, without further ado, go to the crafting menu by pressing U, so you can see there that effectively we've got a recipe list on the left-hand side. So we're in effectively the craft menu for basically the survival skill. So the top left button here is the survival button. On there, you've got a few survival recipes, campfire and flint hatchet. The crafting menu is sort of tied with our technology system. So as you sort of progress down in sort of researching technology, very similar to sort of civilization games, it will unlock sort of future recipes and sort of passive bonuses and things like that for crafting. So today what you can see is in the inventory we've gathered 2 lumps of flint and 10 softwood branches. Also in the inventory we've got sort of a number of weapons on the left hand side and our sleeping mat that we start with. Usually we wouldn't start with these number of weapons. I've just included them for the demo purposes to be able to do a bit of damage to the guys we're going to be fighting soon. In terms of building and crafting, there are basically 2 main mechanisms. One is through the craft menu, which produces items that you can store in your backpack and basically range from sort of tools and food and sort of once-use items or things to equip to things that you can place in the world, which are called placeables, and bits of furniture and things like that can use to decorate the world around you. In terms of the other method of building is effectively through the build system. So that is sort of triggered off sort of tools like the crude mallet, which is a building tool. From there you get a build menu that will let you build things like walls and floors and roofs and things like that, so to make houses. And that system is sort of loosely based around sort of games like survival games like sort of Valheim and Rust and things like that, where you're building bases. But I guess the key point of difference really is that I want to make this game feel as alive as possible when you're playing single player or with lots of people in multiplayer. To do that, I'm looking to sort of introduce a kind of I guess settlers-like system where you've got NPCs in your village, and I want to promote that the buildings aren't sort of huge empty halls of things, but actually have lots of things going on, and specifically that maybe one building per shop is sort of the most efficient way of doing things, such that you end up with sort of a large village of people doing things and sort of going about their day, very similar to games like Skyrim and other things where there's a whole community in each town. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm looking for. So at the moment, what I should do is go ahead and craft a campfire. So as you can see, the campfire is sort of crafted at the top bar there, and in your inventory you've lost your wood and your stone has been replaced by a campfire item, which I can drag down to the hotkey bar. Okay, so it's getting sort of towards 2 o'clock now. What I'll do is I'll put the campfire down when it gets a bit darker and light it, and we can have a look at it and move on to the quest. But for now, as you can see, we've got a fair few of the guys back over in the corner, and I'll go and have a look at them and see what the deal is with them. So if I just run over here. So as you can see, they are a group of thugs, and they've got a faction called the Hamden Brigands. Now these guys are your first adversaries in the game. At the moment they're not particularly aggressive or doing much, just wandering around this area. Now this thing here is a campfire, but it's also a special campfire that is a sort of hub of a raiding camp. So if you inspect that, you can see that there's sort of wave 5 of 5 and that the thugs spawn every hour. Because it's wave 5 of 5, there's no more waves getting spawned, so basically if you kill off a few people they'll come back every hour, but there's a limit to the number of people that will get spawned to raid. Okay, so I might quickly do that actually. So in terms of the weapons on the left hand side, we talked about them very quickly, but each sort of row corresponds to a weapon slot number. So this is 1, 2, and 3, and to access those weapons, you just press Shift and the corresponding number key. So if I want to get the sword up, I should go Shift 2. There we go, I've drawn a sword. I'm in combat mode now, so I'll run over to this dude here and give him a little whack. There we go. As you can see, he's died. I've still got my sword up. I'll get rid of that, and he's dropped a loot bag, which you can sort of open and pick stuff up from. You can also see a bug appeared, so in the bottom left, and I think that's around AI behaviour. So he probably would normally do a bit more than just stand around getting hit, and I'll look into that and I'll show you a bit more of that in a different video later on. So I close that down. No. So that's kind of the basic concepts of those thugs and what's going on over in this corner. I'll move back to our stones and get on with the quest now. It's getting towards 4 o'clock. Okay, so at the moment it's been fairly light, fairly floaty. I think the main thing is that we've sort of progressed our quest through towards night time, so it's getting towards night time now. We need to get this campfire down for night, and it'll be a core mechanic that effectively, if you're at night time without a campfire, without a bed, you're pretty buggered. So we need to get that sorted, and that's kind of what the first quest is about, and sort of ingrain that into you. So if we put down our campfire by pressing 1, you can see a ghost appears. That is basically your placeable ghost, depicting where the campfire is going to be when you press click. So if you click, you can place it. There it is. And as you can see, it's kind of in full view of those guys over there. They're going to see it and react to it in the game. So if I press tab, what I'll do, things will come a little bit thick and fast now, but I think what I'll do is I'll just end the video on after I've made the campfire and gone to sleep. So I'll go and do that now. So if I light the campfire, there you go. It's lit, the quest has gone on. It's telling you that you need to get some rest now. It's getting dark and your fatigue is getting low. So if you bring the sleeping mat down into your hotkey bar and then press 1 again, you can see effectively you've got a ghost for the sleeping mat. There it is. I'll put it beside the campfire so that we can see what's going on at night. I'm going to lie down to sleep and keep us warm as well. Okay, so to sleep I just press E on the sleeping mat when it's night time. As you can see, the sun's going down. I think I'll just do that now, and then in the next video we'll talk a bit about sort of combat mechanics and sort of objectives. Okay, so in a normal night this will effectively go down, and then dawn will come and you'll wake up and everything will be rosy. But tonight is not really a normal night. So as you can see, we've gone straight to a story cutscene. And this is where I'll leave you. So in this story cutscene, basically it's saying you are been woken up in the middle of the night, you've been stabbed in the chest, you're bleeding out, and there's some thugs trying to basically pilfer stuff from the stones that is basically your family monument. So I'll leave it here. Thanks for your attention, guys. If you like what you see, just go and click that Steam store page and Steam wishlist my game, please. If you've got any comments or anything like that, just put them in the comment window below, and hopefully I'll see you for the next video where we talk a bit more about combat and dialogue. Thanks, guys. Bye.